All right, Chief, give us a rundown. What do we know happened last night?
Well, what we understand is that there was some jaw jacking going on in the bar between Mr. Boykin and some other patrons about the game. Apparently, an altercation started, kind of flowed outside the bar. There were some bike officers in the area. They noticed it, went over, got in between Mr. Boykin and the person that he was arguing with, and at some point Mr. Boykin struck the officer. Both of them fell. His teammates tried to get him away. Prior to this, though, his teammates had tried to take him back to the hotel, and he broke away from them and came back, and then he got into it with the officer. Both went to the ground. Mr. Boykin was finally subdued after being threatened with a taser. He stopped struggling, was arrested, taken to the mag's office and charged. And the officer was treated for a swollen face and some bruises and abrasions. That's pretty much what we know right now.
Was the officer actually struck by Mr. Boykin?
Yes, in the face.
And you said the officer's doing okay right now, or
The
was there
officer's doing
injuries?
okay. The officer was received minor injuries, but he is okay.
So it's more than just him swinging once at the officer, Chief?
I don't know. We don't know whether he was swinging at the officer or whether he was swinging at somebody behind him. I don't know. But in any event, the officer was struck in the face, and my understanding is he was injured from that hit.
And now he faces several charges?
He's facing assault on a public servant, public intox, and I believe resisting.
Did the bar say any of their employees were hit in a fight or struck by
My understanding is that one of the employees was struck.
Mr. Boykin?
Yes.
And was it an employee who he was having that initial argument with?
No, it was not. It was not an employee.
Okay. It started with him arguing with another customer who was there?
Yes, my understanding is that he was. There was some. There was an argument that he was being heckled regarding the game, and that's what started the incident.
Do you know how many other players were with him?
I do not.
Anyone else arrested, Chief?
No.
Do we get a sense, did the officers let you know how much of a level of intoxication there was out there?
That I don't know.
Has the school contacted you for information?
No, they have not. We attempted to reach the coach, but we were not able to reach him.
How many additional bike officers arrived at the scene when he started punching?
I don't know. There was more than one, but I don't know.
You said there was a threat of a taser. Was the taser ever used?
No.
Is that bar or area known for fighting?
It's not known for fighting, but there are a lot of people down there at night when the bar's closed.
So the officers were just in their normal routine of being around when the bars are closed?
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
And can you tell us about the situation when you have a bunch of players bring people in visiting like this? I mean, are you on the lookout for these kinds of situations that could possibly happen? Are you treated any differently?
We're on the lookout for anything that happens down there that could cause a breach of the peace, whether it's people in town for the holiday or whatever. The bike officers are very, very vigilant toward that type of event, and sorry about that. The bike officers are down there very vigilant. The bar closings generate a lot of people on the street at the same time, and they're down there to just manage that crowd and make sure everybody gets out safely.
Do you have a sense of how big this crowd was? Not only the fight inside, but outside?
I don't.
Is Mr. Boykin still in custody?
Yes, he is. He's still in custody.
Hey, he can be bonded out.
Yes, bond is $5,000.
Do you have any idea if anybody's called about that for him?
I called for him to
Yes.
post bond.
Is he scheduled to at any point?
I don't know.
So he didn't actually aim his fist at an officer.
I don't know. I don't believe he did, but I can't say for sure. He real well could have been swinging at somebody else.
Still have more players, more people. The game hasn't happened yet. I mean, anything you want to say in terms of just general public concern or how people should act in, when they're out in I mean, because it is New Year's Eve too.
Well, clearly, this was not, an appropriate way to act. He was being heckled, and he responded to it, unfortunately.
He didn't have no supervisors as far as like a coach there or whatnot, to, like, keep him out of trouble.
No.
Where is Mr. Boykin being held?
He's being held at the city magistrate's office.
Thank you.
How is his behavior now after being detained?
I'm sure his behavior is fine right now.
We said at the time there was was this resisting arrest?
Yes, there was.
Was the threat to use the taser while he was resisting arrest? At what point was the threat
It
issued?
was while he was resisting, and once that threat was made, then he complied.
But the officer had already been struck by then.
Yes.
Last question. Anybody got any more?
Yeah. Apparently there wasn't any body cameras on the bike officers, right?
No.
That captured.
No.
No bike officers were like little cameras.
Not yet. They will be. They will be the first ones issued the bike cameras when they come out this month or next month.